today we have the pleasure to have with us Mr. Debojit Sen, the co-founder of Cracked, an edtech platform for Cardekho and also a TEDx speaker. So it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine too.
So you are a business leader, you are a co-founder, you are a public speaker. So what motivates you?
So I think the biggest thing that all professionals should have is there is something they want to do as a passion or a final purpose of their life. It seems very prophetic when you say something like that, but actually that is something I feel deep inside, that once you have identified the purpose of your life, motivation is no more necessary. It's just all internally generated. So there's nothing external that motivates me, but just the fact that I can live my passion, live my purpose on a daily basis is enough. So I would put that as the thing that would motivate me.
It's great. And at what stage of life did you realize that this is your purpose of life?
So I always had a very, very keen interest in upskilling, in helping people reach their professional career goals, in mentoring, etc. Maybe I did not have the courage before to acknowledge that this is what I want to do as a career option. I always kept telling myself, when people would ask me, tell me about yourself, I'll say that I'm a business manager, I'm a salesperson, and my hobbies are mentoring people and upskilling people. About last year, after a very significant family event when I lost my dad, I realized that life is very short. And it's very important that our priorities are very, very clear on what we want to achieve out of life, because you never know tomorrow we are there or not. As Steve Jobs famously says, live each day as if it's your last. And it is so true for all of us. And that I thought that is right time to jump into it without any further delay.
And what better to have your hobby as your profession, I believe, right?
Yeah.
That's how your work becomes a play for you, right?
Yeah.
So in one of your interview, you also said that if an organization wants to change the orbit of their performance, they need to focus on the silently sitting freshers.
Yes.
So how did you came up to this thought?
So I have been a business leader for almost 13 years in my life before I started my own venture called Cracked. In these 13 years, I have led large teams. I have been very fortunate to become a people manager in the first year of my employment. So in all the teams that I have led of 200, 500,000 people, 80% of them were always freshers. These were people who would have just started their careers. Now the trajectory of my business always depended on that 80% rather than the 20% who are, let's say, managers or in senior roles. Whether that 80% is delivering a certain average productivity to take the business forward. Invariably, I realized the reason for them being not productive was some bit of confidence and the rest skilling in the beginning of their career. Because of the skill gap that we all talk about from colleges to corporates. These are very basic things but not taught, let's say, in the normal set of education system. And then I felt that if I can do some good work right in the beginning of their careers, if I would have been benefited with that small business scale, imagine how much corporates will benefit over a period of time. Exactly. And there's a huge, and in all workforces that you see, you'll see the younger generation being 80% of the workforce. And then there are ex-managers who are sitting there. It's a very, very generic hypothesis, obvious hypothesis I could say, but that's where the kind of realization came in when I myself saw my teams not doing well.
Right. I think that's an excellent job to do, because I think the industry keeps changing on a dynamic level, and how to then keep upskilling our students as per the requirements of the industry is definitely something that even we as a college look forward to.
Yeah, and when I say communication, I talk about LSRW all. You have to be an active listener to start with, not only just listening to react but listening to respond.
Right.
Then reading becomes very critical. I think reading is your best friend, because a book is not judging you when you're reading it, right? When you're learning from others, there is a possibility of bias. Right. When you're learning from books, there is no possibility of bias. You're just learning one way. The third thing is speaking, and speaking is impactful communication. I mean, we just had Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's birthday. When he said, "Give me blood, I'll give you freedom," it's just one statement. But the way the country reacted to it was
major change.
Yeah, it was a major change, and that's how all leaders are. Impactfully communicate with their employees. Right. And the last is writing. I mean, we are in a world of social media where what you post is who you are, right, more than the person that you are. So that's the first thing in terms of communication. Second, two life skills I would pick up are very important. Are persistence. We don't do courageous tasks because we feel we'll fail.
Right.
And people who succeed are actually not better than others, they are just more persistent than others and are okay to see failures.
Right.
And the last is curiosity. Whatever you see, if you are able to be more curious and therefore find till you reach the solution of a problem, it always helps. So if you ask me three, I would say communication, persistence and curiosity are the three things that would help.
We totally agree with you. And sir, so what is the usual day of this co-founder of Crash like?
It's thankfully not very different from a normal job day, because I don't have to kind of answer someone on what work I'm doing, and that's the biggest perk of being an entrepreneur. But my usual day normally starts from 1 hour with myself, where I'm able to spend that time planning how my day, week and month is going, and whether I'm on track. What are the to-do things of today? Whom do I have to talk to? Whom do I not have to talk to in order to plan my day?
Yeah.
Post that, it's about, I think, complete commitment to the tasks that come one by one. And if I'm able to give my 100% in every conversation, in every meeting, in every discussion. In fact, I've started maintaining a diary where I say that, okay, this half an hour slot, did I win or did I lose? And I actually do a tick and cross with every task that I have during the day. I definitely keep about 45 minutes free for me during lunchtime. I eat for 15 minutes in that time, and actually when I am at home, I sleep for half an hour during the day, and it kind of gives me a lot of energy to do the second half of the day.
Right.
I don't enter any discussion or any meeting where I feel I'm down on energy, because I feel the biggest plus I'm bringing for my team is my energy more than anything else. They are all more capable than me, if you ask me. But I think I have a clearer vision that I can keep helping them with.
Right.
So yeah, that's how the day
great.
would look
I
like.
have to say, a very strict boss to yourself.
Only to myself,
Yeah, okay.
not to the team members.
That's
Yeah.
great. Sir, at the end, we would just like to know what are the 3 mantras that you would give to a 23-year-old Debojit now?
Oh, there are so many things that I want to go back and tell the younger Debojit. First, I think I would definitely say don't run behind money.
Okay.
And I started my career counting my first package, counting what would be the PF and gratuity
Right. I
deductions
think
from
most of
that
the freshers
package,
do that,
right?
right.
And how much? Okay, this job is 1 lakh more, paying me 1 lakh more than the other job, and therefore shall I switch? So the first advice is don't run behind money at all. The second advice is, more than the organization, look for a good manager. And we don't do research about the manager when we join a job. The maximum research we do is look at the website, look at the culture of the organization, maximum talk to a few past employees, and you think that the culture is okay. But we don't go all the way out to find out who my manager is going to be, and will that manager support me in my growth story within the company. Very easy to do that research also, but we don't put our mind to it. So the second advice definitely is look for the right manager. Third advice, beginning of your career, 5 years. Just be open to exploring any new learning or any new role. I started my career with sales, but with time realized that I'm good with numbers also, good with data analytics also, pathetic in finance, pathetic in tech and product ideas. But if I would have not explored all of them, I would have not known my entire SWOT analysis, as they say. Right. As freshers or young people, the biggest mistake we do is, I think I'm good at this, I will only keep doing this all my life.
Right.
So exploration is also something I want to leave the young Debojit with.
Okay, perfect. So thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure to have you with us today.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Fantastic questions also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.